Hello, let's take a look at the yellow Turban Chanters. They are a new blue support unit. There is quite a lot of them, 28 in the unit, but they are pretty poor fighters with very low defenses and like no combat abilities, so you kinda want to keep them back and use them as a support. They have two skills: the healing, which has quite a nice AoE and range, and it also gains immunity to damage over time effects like bleed and burn, so pretty nice against things like ratans. And the second skill is a buff to themselves where they get some damage reduction. It's kind of useless because it locks them in animation for some time. But additional effect is that they are cleansing CC on allies nearby. And the area isn't that big, but allied units and heroes which are close to them will get like very brief CC immunity, and if they were already CC'd, they will just recover instantly. So I guess that's nice niche use, but both of the skills have quite a long cooldowns. Healing at 28 seconds and this second skill at 35. But because these guys are pretty bad in the combat, as I mentioned earlier, I think you mostly want to keep them in the back and just spam the heal, which has pretty good range. The additional thing with the healing is that when you lose models in the unit, the healing decreases, but it's not like each model counts. Basically, when your unit gets in the yellow, you lose 20% healing, and when it gets into the red, you lose another 20% healing. So you basically heal only 60% of what you would have. Which isn't that bad, I guess. I think it's a good idea to have them as a filler unit, so when you have nothing else, you can just keep them somewhere safe and heal your allies and cleanse them from the CC. As for the veterancy, I think the top line is the only good choice because it increases the cast range on the healing, and it has additional effect that when you cast the heal, regardless where you aim, your unit also heals themselves, which is a nice bonus, I guess. And they also get the passive healing here. They restore 2% max health every second, which isn't much, but if you keep them safe, it's like prevents them from slowly dying to like stray arrows and things like that. The bottom line basically increases their defenses and increases the damage reduction buff for their second skill, but they cannot really fight in melee, so it's kind of useless. And this damage reduction is only for 4 seconds, and like skill animation itself is like 2 seconds, so it's like very basically useless, right? So I would say go with the top line. As for the doctrine, like you don't want to fight with them, so I think going for the like damage reduction is the best. I put the health doctrine, the balance doctrine, because it gives you damage reduction when you are over 50% health, and the toughness and mobility just to get them some more speed in case I need to reposition them. But basically some defenses. I wouldn't go with the armor because they are very low defense, like actual defense stats, so it's just not worth increasing it. But if you can increase their health or give them damage reduction, then why not? But I think I wouldn't like prioritize them to give them the best doctrines, right? I guess they could do well even without any doctrines, to be honest. And they have two special doctrines for them: cooldown reduction on healing, which I would take if I had it, and the brief CC immunity when casting second skill. I'm not sure about it because I'm pretty sure they already have CC immunity when they cast it. So yeah, I don't see a point in this one, but yeah. And the cooldown reduction I would take because like you don't have much other choice. I did some more testing with them because I was wondering if maybe this damage reduction also applies to your allies, but it doesn't, sadly. So, because if it did, then there could be arguments to have this buff for your allies. But yeah, they are basically only about the healing. And as for the immunity to damage over time effects, they clear only the damage. So for example, for Ratans, they apply poison, which damages you, and the weakness, which reduces your damage. And they are not cleansing this damage weakening effect. So it's only about like actual damage over time. The same with, for example, Zicalians, which have some debuffs. It won't cleanse these debuffs, it only prevents them from dealing damage to you with fire. Another thing is that it looks like this healing is the like AoE and overtime effect which you place on the ground, but actually it's not. So if ally walks into it, he won't get healed and he won't get the immunity to damage over time. So it only applies to units which were targeted with this skill. And yeah, and I guess that's all about them. The way you use them is just stay back and use healing on cooldown, and that's all. Maybe use the second skill when enemy hero tries to dive you. I could imagine that would be a good idea. But other than that, they are kinda straightforward. Just basically a healing bot, similar to healing archers, but with lower range, but unlimited ammo, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video, have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next one.